Hello and welcome to the Can't Speak podcast with me, Gaff.
I'm Mike, and you remember us two from last time, but with us this time is Jonny.
Hello, I'm Jonny. Just a quick introduction for myself. Been mates with Gaff and Mike for same period of time, 20 odd years. Went to primary school together, secondary school, played rugby together. Me at the minute, I am involved with a local amateur rugby club. From coaching, playing, refereeing, I now hold a committee position for them. Same reason I'm doing this like the other two. Big fan of rugby league. I'm a Wigan fan, but again, general fan. So looking forward to it. Thank you for having me.
Mr. Rugby League, he's here. But yeah, we did have a guest planned for the Can't Speak podcast. You know, we've been interviewing rugby league legends, as you've probably heard, Andy Gregory in the first episode. Second instalment of that's coming up next week, so keep your eyes peeled. But we thought what we'd do as a little treat for you is we'd do a little review of last week's games and a look forward to the biggest weekend in rugby league, the Easter bank holiday. So yeah, what should we do, lads? Where should we start?
Start with Huddersfield and Catalan.
Oh, the big one. That's the one that's got everyone's mouth watering, isn't it? We'll go with Huddersfield Catalan. So right, Huddersfield last week. I think we all saw the result that Huddersfield got last week against St Helens, which we could say there's been consequences to it.
Yeah, slight consequence. Yeah.
Big face has gone on it.
Yeah, he's up dole. But to be honest, I think they did themselves proud. I mean, St Helens were 14-0 up at half time.
Yeah.
To come out and keep them from scoring and to get a draw, I think they've done 10 out of 10 though.
Yeah. And to do it at St Helens as well.
Well, exactly, yeah, that's it. It's a game of two halves, right? I mean, 14-0 first half, 14-0 second half. To a bit strange, really. So, a surprising result, I think.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, looking at where Huddersfield are in table, it's 10th at the minute as well. Well, 10th after that. I don't know, they're always, for me, they'll be there one season and they're out of it again the next season, you know. It's just not quite worked for them this year yet. Maybe that's going to kick-start it for them, you know.
Catalan as well. They're just like hit and miss.
Yeah.
As well. But they're keeping up there, aren't they? You know, they've beat Leigh last week.
Oh, they tanked them, didn't they?
Yeah.
But I think they've lost. They lost Burgess. They've lost Tom Burgess, who's over there at the minute.
Yeah.
The lesser-known Burgess brother. He's out. He's out at the minute. But they've lost Greg Bird. I mean, they started off wicked when they've signed him. You know, he put in some big performances and
absolutely.
that. But yeah, you know, they've got fucking sloth, haven't they, at Huddersfield? What's he called? Danny Brough.
Yeah.
Neanderthal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can have a belting game, or he'll give 4 penalties away and be a shy talk all game.
Yeah, I know. His form's dropped. I mean, he was. You know, you saw Huddersfield play. You expected Brough to rule the roost, but he's off the boil at the minute. I bet, to be honest.
Yeah, he's trying to sort that haircut out, isn't he, probably first and foremost. But yeah, what we're reckoning with that one then? What sort of score? It's kicking off in a couple of hours. We're doing this Wednesday night. If you want to see behind the stage curtain. But yeah, what score we're reckoning then? We've got Huddersfield in 10th, Catalan in 8th.
I reckon it'll be a similar match to Saints and Huddersfield last week. Well, similar score anyway. Yeah. Not that they'll make a major comeback or anything.
Yeah.
I've got to go with Catalan as well. I think Myler and Walsh, when they start clicking, a lot of experience there. They're good with their hands, good kicking game. They can rule a game. So I think they'll do Huddersfield. Score, I don't know. What do we reckon?
Depends how big scoreboard is, doesn't it?
That's true.
I reckon, especially if Huddersfield get to give that debut to, is it Mamor? They signed him at
Pass.
They signed him from NRL, and he weren't allowed to play for the beginning. I don't know. He's probably got a dodgy bank account or something, but he's not been able to play yet. If he starts and he plays to his potential, it's going to be a right decent game, I think. Yeah. But yeah, for me, I think Catalan are gonna win. I think they're going to do them, especially Myler, like you said, with form he can have.
Yeah.
Right. Next game, Warrington and Widnes.
Oh,
now, what's he called? Westwood.
Oh God, yeah. Another Neanderthal.
He won't be playing this one, will he?
No,
No.
four-game ban.
4-game ban. So, yeah.
Which I think is lenient for what he did.
Oh, yeah.
Bearing in mind, it was the first. I don't know if you watched it. Chris Hill went up to the referee and said, as the referee sin-binned, what's his name? Westwood. And said, but look at the time, so it's the first minute of the game. Like that matters.
I know, yeah.
He took his head off, and for me, it was a red. I shouted red straight away.
Yeah.
As intent, he's not gone to take him off the ball. He's gone to hurt him there.
Yeah, you can see he looks straight at him.
Exactly.
He sees it and he looks at him and he goes, "I'm having it." Just
exactly.
smashes him.
Similar to what Adrian Morley did.
Yeah.
For Great Britain,
I think he saw the record, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
12
seconds. Yeah.
Oh, it takes some beating, that one.
Yeah.
Most players can't run that far.
No.
In 12 seconds, Christ.
Prop forward. So, Wire, getting the first win against Leeds.
Yeah.
Impressive performance.
That was a surprise, that as well.
It was.
But I suppose, getting someone injured in first minute helps as well, doesn't it?
Course,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think Warrington definitely found some form last week. I watched the game and Leeds have been on form, we're fans, we watched them beat us. But yeah, they definitely found some of the form from last season, except for when Wigan beat them in grand final. Let's not forget that. But Warrington, they play some sexy rugby, and they've got Tony Smith, who is class. He's a good coach.
Absolutely,
He's done it with Leeds. I think they're definitely finding some form now, and they're going to stop being strongest team in league, holding everyone up. Get out from 11th and probably get into Super 8. But Widnes, I don't know what's going on there.
Major problems.
Yeah.
Major, and it's they've got Dennis Betts, Mick Cassidy. They've got some experienced heads. So I'm not sure. Dennis Betts said they lost against Widnes last week against Wakefield. Sorry.
Yeah.
And he said it was one of the most poor performances he's ever had whilst being head coach, and they were shocking.
Yeah.
You can't say Wakefield are exactly in form to put 30 points against Widnes. There's problems.
I know, yeah. You've got to worry about that. I saw a thing with Dennis Betts before, and he's saying he thinks that the atmosphere and the occasion play. It's their derby in it, Widnes Warrington.
Yeah.
He's expecting good things from players, but I don't know how he can see that after seeing how they played last week.
It's like almost excuses that.
Yeah,
in a way, isn't it?
It is, and Warrington are gonna all walk into that game with a semi on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've won. They've not actually beat someone who's 10th, 11th, 12th. They've beat Leeds.
Yeah.
And I think the expectation has sort of left them now to win a game. They've proven it. They've won a game, so I think they'll go in a bit more relaxed.
Yeah,
that's pressure's off the shoulders.
Yeah,
definitely.
And the form Widnes are in, I can't see it. I'm going to say 30, 40 points. Warrington have got to put home at least. I'd say.
I think this is their game where they show their intention now. I'd say like 30, 40 nil. I can see Widnes getting nil. To be honest, it's
that's it. To only score 4 against Wakefield.
Yeah.
Warrington aren't going to, and that's what they want to do. They want to prove that this against Leeds wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
They want to go there and drill them.
They've got the players as well.
Of course they have.
Minus Westwood, obviously, he's a fucking. But they have got the players there. They've got a much better roster, shall we say, than like Widnes. They should be challenging top 8, and they'll be challenging for grand final by end of season. I'm not saying it's their year. We're not falling into that trap where it's their year.
We've been saying that since 1997.
That's it. One day you will, Warrington fans. One day.
Right. It's got the bullshit. Good Friday. Friday match. Wigan v Saints.
Yeah.
12:15 kick-off.
Oh, aye. Oh,
I'm going.
I am as well. Oh, aye.
Yeah. I'll be drunk at half time.
I'm already dreading hangover on Saturday.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But it's not your classic Wigan and Saints are ruling roost and it's Good Friday, but they are in a similar situation at the minute, except Wigan has their coach still there. It's Wigan in 6th.
That was a long one. Yeah.
Massive.
Well, they deserve it.
And that's me sticking up a Centelli.
I didn't
Check my temperature.
But yeah, Wigan and Saints. Wigan 6th, St Helens 7th. Wigan Wigan had their arse shown to them last Thursday. Yeah, last Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I had half day off work on Friday for to get over it. Castleford, they absolutely battered us last Friday. I mean, we're all saying it, Wigan fans. We've got injuries and
yeah, but we can't keep hiding behind that excuse, can we?
No.
I think if we'd have been at full strength, Cass are just a juggernaut at the minute. They're taking anything.
What was that statistic? It was like they made 250 tackles and missed 10 out of that.
It was, and that's the thing that Castleford have been questioned on. They've got, they play fucking beautiful rugby going forward. They get it out wide. They'll kick. They've got Rangi Chase. To have Rangi Chase, you can just bring on for 10 minutes to just like rule it and then just go off. And he's like, "Nice one, mate."
It's a nice luxury, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. But they finally proved that in defence, they'll smash anyone.
They will.
But yeah, Wigan v Saints. Obviously, our condolences to the St Helens fans losing Kieran Cunningham this week. But yeah, it's a bit confusing what's going on at St Helens at the minute.
It's the similar score really to Wigan. So far in league.
Yeah.
And if he has been sacked. Is that a thing? I don't know. Is he been sacked?
I saw on Twitter Perted Company in inverted commas. So I think it's one of them. And he's had a sit down with the gaffers and maybe sort of jump before he was pushed. I don't think for what Kieran Cunningham is for that club. I think for him to sack him, you can't do that.
They can't say they've sacked him. They've got a statue of him outside stadium.
Exactly. So that'd have to be written down. I mean, they've agreed that's staying up. Well, it would, wouldn't it? If you're sacked, you can't say, right, you're off, and we'll keep that up, pal. You know what I mean? Just staple a P45 to it. So I think it's best that, he has Perty company. And I hope he stays in the game.
Oh, definitely.
I have a lot of admiration for him, a lot of respect. I mean,
he was best hooker in league for so
absolutely.
long,
He ripped us apart a few times, didn't he?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But yeah, they're left with Longy and that other chap, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah, under 19s coach, I think, in season.
So, and I mean, what a challenge for your first game in charge. Wigan, Good Friday, biggest game of the year.
You know what? That's what worries me. That's what worries me about this Friday. I'm glad Wigan have got, we've got McAloran back, we've got a Lachlan, Burgess, Gelling. It's a big thing getting Gelling back. I mean, McAloran will probably manage 5 minutes since he's been out for like 14 months. But I think St Helens, they're going to have that freedom where, no one's if they win, Sean Long's an hero. If they lose, they go, well, of course you lost because you've had 2 days.
Coaches go, yeah.
Plus, they might have that mentality, like, just lost their coach, but fuck it.
We still know how to play rugby.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be an interesting one. You'd expect it to sell out. It's at Wigan, it's going to be a massive atmosphere.
Yeah.
Wigan need to stop the rot as well, We're up in 1st and 2nd for the beginning of the season. We're down in 6th now. It's going to be interesting. We've not won in 4 games, have we?
No.
Which, that's not the way we like to do it, us Cherry and White. So,
no. And again, we've had an hard run at my Hull. I don't know exactly in order, but we did Hull, Cass, Leeds. Who was the other one?
It slipped my mind now. Yeah. Hull, Cass, Leeds. And we drew with Thingamajigger, didn't we?
Oh, why then?
What do you call it?
Thingamajigger.
Ujima Flippy of Thingamajigger. Well, yeah. But either way, we're going to need to put their ideas up this weekend.
Yeah. And I think that they're aware of that when he'll give them a kick up the arse.
Yeah.
But, I mean, automatically, if both teams have lost every single game going into this game, it's what they play for this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
If, you can do Grand Final, Challenge Cup. This is, in my opinion, for the fans, for the players, for the coaching staff, as big as that. As big as that, definitely.
Yeah. It's bigger than World Cup Challenge,
Well, that's it. We didn't get a full house for that, did we?
No.
There'll be a full house on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm really, really looking forward to it. I know we paced them.
I
really do, because if not, I'll be pissed off.
Me too, mate. I mean, good luck to you, St Helens fans listening to this, but I do hope we batter you.
Want to give them our seat numbers as well? So
I know, yeah. I'll put face mask on.
Right, so next up, we've spoke a lot about them already. It's Castleford playing Wakefield fresh off the Tonkin of Widnes last week.
At 3 o'clock kick-off, that, is it?
I think it is, yeah, so you can catch it after the Pièce de Résistance, Wigan and St Helens. But yeah, I mean, what can you say about... There's not enough superlatives for Castleford at the minute, is there really?
No.
They've got Ardacre, they've got... Ardacre's stopped spitting his dummy out, and he's managed to keep that in nose at Castleford.
He were good last
yeah.
week, wasn't he?
He's awesome, and it just shows you now that he's comfortable playing at Cass, how valuable he is as a player.
Yeah.
For me, someone like Zach Ardacre, when Tompkins was in form playing for us, you have him as, you know, they're a full-back, so his defence is awesome, he can read a game well, he can return the ball, and then in attack, he's an extra scrum half. If not, he's a loose forward.
Yeah.
So he's the perfect utility player. Do you know what I mean? He's not
quick as well.
He is. That's it. So you give him a gap, he's gone. He can tackle. He's everything, and he's an absolutely fantastic player. You can't knock him.
He's what Sam Tompkins used to be before he got fucking digestives for knees, didn't he? Christ.
Is that the official diagnosis?
That's it. I was there with him in waiting room, and doctor came out. He's like, "I'm sorry, Sam, you've got rich tees for knees nowadays."
McVitie's knees. Yeah. But you know, Wakefield will be going in confident.
Oh yeah.
It won't be on the man that we've just beat Widnes, who's bottom of the table. That won't matter. They'll think we've got a good, and they did play well. They played some good rugby. So they'll be going in pretty strong. But subconsciously, you're going to have that in the back of your mind, aren't you? You're going to go, we'll go at Cass.
Yeah.
They're on form.
They have that stadium as a fortress as well.
Absolutely.
And you've noticed as well, I'm sure, like, you watch the games and it's packed, that place now. I think they're moving to a new stadium and to house how big it is. I mean, it's a big loss to, like, you know, Wigan losing Central Park or Saints losing, what was it called, like, shit stadium? Knowsley Road or whatever it was. Yeah. But, like, they've got that as their fortress, and for Wakefield to turn up there and play Castleford in the form there, and it's going to be a big challenge for them, you know.
Yeah.
But I'd like to give a shout out as well to that Senna Lefeo.
Yeah.
Who just absolutely destroyed Wigan. I mean,
I know.
A place that we don't really have injuries is in forwards Wigan at minute. And last week, he just pounded
when he scored that try.
Yeah. Jesus.
A hot knife through butter, isn't it? Wigan's defence has been renowned for years to be the toughest in the league. You can ask anyone. But I think, slowly but surely, Castleford are claiming that title.
Yeah.
Wigan's defence has always been tough, technical, especially on the line.
Yeah.
You know, people don't get past us on that line. He got the ball, went round Powell, went round club, I think.
And toe tie,
and straight under the sticks. We might as well have put a red carpet down and gone.
It was embarrassing, that. I mean, no disrespect to him, but when you're used to seeing that from Wigan,
absolutely, you don't expect it.
And they've got Escray, the only man on him.
I know,
Waste, you know, there's no chance.
He was the only one who played a game last week for Wigan as well.
I
you know, like.
I know. I think we've all got to go for Cass with that one, haven't we?
Definitely.
Be a good game, though. For watching that one.
I mean, to be honest, I back Cass against half the NRL teams at the minute. They're playing outstanding.
They're playing NRL style rugby. You know, it's free flowing. They're in their own 10 metres and they're sending it about. You know, they'll pass it left, they'll pass it right, they'll go for a kick, and you can do that when you've got the players like Gale and Ardacre. He's ruling every game, Gale.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I like him as a player. He did that interview after the Wigan game and he sounded like he'd swallowed Yorkshire. I mean, I've never heard someone with a voice like that to play such skillful rugby and struggle with alphabet. But he is quality, and he is, you know, there's a lot of talk about Williams going to the NRL, which I think we might touch on later a bit more.
Yeah.
But Luke Gale's up there, you know. I think Gale's a bit older, and you know, he's played for a bit longer.
Yeah.
But he's got it at the minute. I mean, I hope it's not just, you know, a couple of seasons and he fades away and he keeps this skills that he's got. You know, you see it quite a bit. Something like Sneed, you know, he had a couple of good seasons, and what's he doing this year really? You know,
I mean, as a going off the, you know, us being Wigan fans, as rugby league fans, I can't agree with it. Watching him last Thursday because I wanted to jump down the telly and kill him. But when I watched the game the day after again, I know we'd lost, so I watched it as a rugby fan then, not a Wigan fan. It's exceptional. You've got to take your hat off to how he's controlling a game. Even simply as, you know, 4th, 5th tackle, just drilling it into touch.
Yeah.
Scrum down, pinning Wigan, pinning any defence, right down there. And he's just controlling every aspect of the game.
That's it. That is what
10.
he really is at the minute. They'll be on 40 metres on 4th tackle and he's thinking, we're not going to try here. So we'll do that kick to the corner where we're going to stuck at their own end for
and you can't
another
coach
set
that.
of 6. No.
You can't coach that. You have to have that brain, that player. And luckily for Cass, they've got him. So.
And shout out to their fans as well coming down on a Thursday night. And there was loads of them and they didn't shut up for full games. Fair play for that.
They showed the fans, didn't they, on camera shot, and they were like,
Well, Gale did that. I mean, it's paining me to say this, but Gale did that drop goal, didn't it? And like just for the fans type thing. And I was like,
I know.
But you know what I mean? Like, they are just amazing at the minute, and I'll look forward to seeing that game. So up next, we've got the other Yorkshire derby going on. It's Hull v Leeds. Hull are coming back from an absolute tonking against Salford last week.
what score was that?
It was, I think Salford won 54-18, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which I don't think anyone really saw coming. Hull had a couple of players out. I think, was it Gareth Ellis and Horton? Horton were out as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Two of the big players,
Massive, yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, that 2 players doesn't account for 54 points.
No, exactly.
Don't get me wrong, I know Salford are playing well. But to go to Hull...
Yeah.
You ask any player, I don't care if it was 70s, 80s, 90s, present, it's not an easy place to go.
No.
Even amateur level.
Yeah. Well, it stinks, doesn't it? All that fish and that.
Yeah. It's like I won't say that actually. I'll leave that bit.
We'll leave that
bit. I mean, they went down to 10 men at one stage as well. Jamie Shaw got sin-binned for a professional foul.
Yeah.
But again, I don't care if you're missing, 10 players, 1 player. It's not easy to take that defeat, and then you go against Leeds.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and Leeds are coming off the back of a bit of a shock result last week as well. Yeah. I mean, no one were expecting Warrington to beat them.
No.
We've already mentioned about Westwood. He's, that did affect the game, but I think anyone would have said, if Sutcliffe were injured, no one would have been like, well, Warrington will win this one, Like, Leeds, they weren't really at the races last week. I mean, like I say, I've watched the game and Warrington played some good rugby. I don't know if Leeds were maybe a bit, what's the word, like taking for granted that they'd smash Warrington with form they were on. Yeah. But, it's going to be a good battle. Leeds are obviously still without Brett Ferris, the absolute knobhead for his crusher tackle on Gildart the other week.
Yeah. About that.
Yeah. Never forget. I'm coming for you, Ferris. Brett, if you're listening, mate, I'm coming for you.
He's coming for you on his own because you're too big for him.
No, I've got that teammate whose wife he shagged. He's coming with me, so he should do you, Brett, mate. But I think that's going to be a decent game. I think both sides are going to be licking wounds after last week.
Absolutely,
and I think that's going to be the other. I think that's going to be the other big game after Wigan and Saints, and obviously Cass and Wake is going to be good, but I think Cass will run away with that. So Hull and Leeds. I don't know if I can put a score on it, but I'm gonna back Leeds just for the quality they have got in that team when they're on form. Somehow Danny Maguire's avoiding a Zimmer for him, and he's still running things up there. So I think they've got it going on.
Yeah.
I'll good shape.
Yeah. So we're going to go for a Leeds win there. Anyone listening? So, last and by no means least, except Lee, the least. That's Salford v Lee. That'll be on Friday as well. What do we think, chaps?
Is that on Friday as well?
I believe that is on Friday as well.
Yeah. I'll be comatose by that point. So
as well.
I'll never know who'll win this game. Salford for me. Playing awesome. The rugby they played against Hull, Hull again, they're not a pushover. But some of the rugby they put on, keeping the ball alive, the second phase, the kicking game, the defence, absolutely top notch. So I think Lee haven't found the form yet.
Yeah.
I know it's new to them. You know what I mean? They're playing the best teams in the country. So.
But they've got a lot of experience.
They have, yeah.
Your Tickles, your Hawks. I mean, Hawk when sometimes he thinks it's a boxing ring in there and stuff. But he's an excellent player.
That's it, yeah.
When his mind's on game, he's class.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, but the thing is with people like Gareth Thorpe, and when Terry Newton was alive, you need like a shithouse in the team, just to. When you're in that sort of game, that sort of battle, just someone to disrupt things. And Gareth Thorpe can do that, and he knows when to do it now. So he is sort of a weapon for that. So if
definitely,
if Salford are just in front by 6-10 points, he can quite easily knock 13 players off the game. In the blink of an eye, just because he's a shit. Terry Newton did the same. You know what I mean? So. I've got to go for Salford.
Yeah, I definitely think Salford are going to be a bit too much for them. But I'd like to see Lee put in a performance and grind out a win, or just bring it close, it'd be such a good thing for Lee to get that boost of confidence, like we've seen it with Salford, they've been so up and down with form for years, and you'd like them to be a big force in rugby league,
Absolutely.
You feel like they'd have a point to prove being promoted to Super League. But I don't think they're trying. I think they're just like trying to stay in. For this year.
They've not really got.
They started relatively well. You know what I mean? They won a few games. How many have they won? Let's have a. Hold on a minute. Let me refer to my notes.
They've won 3 games.
Won 3?
Yeah, they've won as many as Saints or Catalan.
You know what I mean? We've won one more than them.
Yeah.
The mighty Wigan Warriors. So I mean. Do you know what I mean? It's not not all hope is lost, but they can't let themselves get into that rut. And I think the win against the loss against Catalan,
it's dented confidence. They
need to win on Friday against Salford. I just can't see it personally.
No, I mean, like I say, it's good seeing Salford playing that sort of rugby, it's always good, and I'd like to think that the Salford fans are going to get behind it. They've had so much with the salary cap breaches. They've had 30 man and a dog turning up to games in the past. A bit like the situation Lee are kind of in at the minute, but could easily end up in. Where they're just not getting that backing off the pitch. But
Salford for me have always been that team. If your Leeds, your Wigan, Warrington are playing them, it's like. They're going to be Salford.
It's your 2 points, isn't it? That you kind of think of it like that.
Yeah. So we touched briefly on George Williams being linked with
Messiah.
With the NRL. And this week there's been news. The Super League owners have met in regards to increasing the salary cap.
Finally,
yeah. Which I think. And I think everyone will agree who's a fan of rugby in England. It's about time. But I mean, for me, it's not raised enough.
No,
we're still leaving ourselves open to the NRL.
Oh, massively,
and to rugby union. Just for what they can offer people.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's been increased by, I think it's 25 grand for this next season coming up, which. I'll keep Sam Tompkins in rugby boots for a year or whatever. But it's not adding to the sport in general.
No. It's not a substantial amount, is it?
Exactly. No. It's like what you can give every player in your squad $1,000 extra a year or whatever, or you get one. You're not going to get a big player for 25 grand.
No, you are.
And they've added this one extra marquee signing that you can do.
Yeah.
But for me, I thought the salary cap was to keep everything equal, and so that there wasn't your Wigan and Leeds buying everyone and your smaller teams can't. But if you had an extra marquee player, the top sides are going to be able to buy a marquee player and the small sides can't. So it's just creating a gap without any. It's still biased. You might as well keep it open. Have a big salary cap that people, if you're a big club, you can spend all your money, you can still lose it. You know what I mean? You've got to be, with any business, you've got to be within your means, haven't you?
I mean, Salford are a perfect example. They've only just started coming in form.
Exactly.
The money that he threw at it, Dr. Crackpot. And fair enough, but that's taken 2-3 seasons to get them.
Yeah.
But for me, we're still. You compare it to the NRL. And what did you say? That went from 5 to 7 million.
It's gonna do, yeah. It's gonna go from 5 to 7 million.
Come on, what? It's sunny. Women are in bikinis. You can have a barbecue every day. What do you get over here? Pissing down rain.
A cold meat and Prater pie as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, and it's cutting our nose to spite our face, I think, in general, with a salary cap. In a lot of ways we're bringing through this talent. Like we said, we've bigged up our, George Williams, we've got Luke Gale, your Hardacre, who has been to the NRL. Even Sneed, Danny Brough, like these top players, you bring them through, and then they get to a certain point, and then NRL's knocking at the door. Like, so your fans aren't getting to see their favourite players; they just get used to them, and then they're shipped off.
Yeah.
We've got to bridge that gap, I think, and introducing 25 grand extra a year or whatever. It's pittance basically at end of day. For then, Josh Charnley going to Union at the end of last year.
I'd have never in a million years thought that, mate. Ever.
No.
I thought he was a career man, mate. And if he'd have gone anywhere, it would have been within rugby league, probably to NRL.
Yeah.
I never saw Union. I mean, people think of Jason Robinson now, and they automatically, anybody that's doesn't know him as such, they think of him as a rugby union player.
Yeah.
Not true.
No.
What he did, he's done far more in rugby league than what he has in rugby union.
But he's remembered for that try in World Cup final, which, I mean...
Oh, don't get me wrong, It looks good on CV.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not... to me, and we're going to sound biased because we're rugby league fans, but it's not fair without sounding like I'm spitting the dummy out. Like the big kids are picking on us, really. That's how it feels.
It's damaging to sport, isn't it? Like, Super League can't get took seriously. The English Rugby League cannot get took seriously when it's treated like a secondary or a third rate, a bottom of the pile sport,
Yeah, I think they've increased it just to say, look, we are doing something about it.
We've increased it.
Definitely. Such a tiny figure as well. It stinks of that just being like, right, the fans will think we're doing something towards developing the game. Do you know what would develop the game? Say that they can spend whatever they want on academy, or the RFL themselves put money into grassroots rugby and make a rule where, if they don't want big teams taking over all the smaller teams in the league. So Wigan, Leeds, St Helens, if they don't want them buying all the Witnesses players, say you have to have like 5 players that have come through the academy, or so that, you know what I mean? So that it balances everything out from start. There's a different look to it,
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, where we stand, if we continue, we're always going to be playing second fiddle to the other code and to NRL. We're always going to be the poor relation.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that is the reality of English Rugby League.
Right, thank you very much for listening again to the Can't Speak podcast. We'd like to thank you for all your support after the first episode we released, the interview with Andy Gregory. The second part is to come. But we've got a shout out for a couple of people that have supported us over on Patreon at the Can't Speak pod. It's thanks to Mr. Alex Kindred and Lisa Costello for your generosity.
Like Jones.
Yes. We'd like to thank you for donating, and anyone that can afford to get over there and just chuck us a couple of quid or dollars, as it says on the website, that would be great.
Or thousands, we don't mind.
Yeah. Any size. It really would help with us to keep doing this and get meeting the legends that you want to hear. Thank you very much for another podcast, and we'll see you again next time on the Can't Speak podcast.
Nice one.
Cheers, gang.
Hello, it's us again. Just letting you know, if you haven't quite had your fill of the Can't Speak podcast, there's plenty more to catch online. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, searching the handle @Can'tSpeakPod.
I'd like to thank Thomas Griffin of The Splicing Block, who recorded, edited and produced this podcast. He's a man to ring for all your podcast needs.
Also, if you'd like to help us keep this podcast going and continue to bring these insightful and entertaining interviews with rugby league legends, you could help us by going to our Patreon, which is the Can't Speak podcast on the Patreon website, and you can donate as little as £1 up to as much as you want.
and that'll help us get around the country and get to these players that we all want to hear the stories of, and we'll continue to bring these interviews to you. Thank you very much.